How you doing? I'm Callan and this is Slapped Ham. Boy, we've got an action-packed episode full of some seriously unhinged content for you today. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. In November 2023, a Reddit user's home surveillance system captured this chilling footage. It appears to be a shadowy figure descending their staircase at night. The homeowner, who goes by the username PrestigiousBed1998, reported an ongoing feeling of being watched within their home. Their motion sensor typically detected white orbs, but this night it recorded something far more substantial. Could this be evidence of a spectral intruder? Not necessarily. Technical experts point out that low-light compensation in modern cameras can create strange artifacts, especially with 3D noise reduction features. What appears solid could be a digital anomaly from the camera struggling with movement in near darkness. I'll throw this one over to you, the viewers, for final judgment. Is this evidence of something supernatural or just technology creating illusions in the dark? Let us know in the comments below. This compelling FLIR footage from the Long Beach Police Department shows an unidentified object moving at considerable speed while dropping what looks like molten material. Pay attention to how the thermal imaging captures heat signatures rather than visible light, making the object appear intensely bright against the dark background. What's particularly unusual is the pattern of material being expelled. Unlike the consistent trail from conventional aircraft, this shows irregular drops of hot material. Some analysts speculate this could be propulsion byproduct, energy discharge, or waste disposal from an unconventional craft. However, skeptics have a different explanation. Military parachute flares can appear intensely hot on FLIR and descend slowly, sometimes erratically. These flares burn at extremely high temperatures, explaining the bright thermal signature. The irregular dropping pattern could simply be pieces of burning flare breaking off. What do you think this object could be? An exotic craft with unknown technology or something with a more conventional explanation? Share your theories in the comments below. On April 11th, 2025, in Plaza Huincul, Argentina, a witness captured these two glowing red lights moving across the night sky in perfect formation. Look closely at how they maintain a perfectly fixed equidistant formation throughout, moving in synchronization without blinking or flickering, behavior that distinguishes them from conventional aircraft. The witness described them as resembling car tail lights hovering silently. This lack of sound is particularly notable as conventional aircraft would produce engine noise audible at the distances shown. The steady nature of the lights also contradicts the blinking navigation lights required on commercial aircraft. Could these be Starlink satellites? Unlikely due to their red color and spacing. Military drones in formation? Possibly, though the lack of navigation lights raises questions. Without additional data like radar confirmation or multiple camera angles, determining the object's true size, distance, or speed remains difficult. From Saladillo, Argentina comes this disturbing footage of what witnesses describe as a shadowy creature with 4 unnaturally long limbs. The video, shared to YouTube by user Alta Mystery in April 2025, shows this dark entity moving with what locals called inhuman agility. Witnesses described the entity's movements as disjointed, claiming it walked backward with its head seemingly upside down. The poor video quality makes identification challenging. Skeptics suggest the low resolution could be obscuring a mundane explanation, perhaps a known animal distorted by camera limitations, or even a deliberate hoax designed to generate online buzz. In April 2025, scientists unveiled an ambitious proposal that could revolutionize how we search for evidence of extraterrestrial visitors. This specialized all-sky infrared camera system, nicknamed Dalek, is designed to systematically scan our skies for potential evidence of non-human technology. Unlike the random amateur videos we typically see, this system would provide continuous, systematic monitoring using multiple sensor types across infrared, optical, radio, and audio spectra. But here's what makes this truly groundbreaking. The system uses sophisticated artificial intelligence with machine learning algorithms like YOLO for object detection and SORT for tracking. This technology would identify outliers exhibiting potentially anomalous characteristics, removing human bias from UAP research. Developed under the Galileo project, this represents a significant shift towards scientific rigor in a field often dominated by speculation and blurry footage. The question remains, if we build systems specifically designed to detect potential alien technology, what might we find? What do you think about this scientific approach to searching for potential extraterrestrial visitors? Is this the future of UAP research, or an expensive way to track conventional phenomena? Share your thoughts in the comments below. This photograph, taken in a canyon near Ganado, Arizona, allegedly captures an image of Bigfoot lurking among the rocks. According to reports, the image came from a witness's aunt who took the picture after hearing unusual noises while tending livestock on her Navajo land property. She wasn't searching for Bigfoot, she was simply responding to strange sounds during her routine activities. When analysed by the Rocky Mountain Sasquatch organization, they noted the figure appears to have the characteristic bulk and posture associated with Sasquatch sightings, a large humanoid form too massive to be a person in costume, especially in such a remote location. The spontaneous nature of this photograph adds credibility, unlike planned Bigfoot hunts that might be prone to hoaxing. However, without physical evidence, skepticism is warranted. The distance and quality make detailed analysis challenging, and misidentification of a natural feature cannot be ruled out. In this remarkable footage shared by Reddit user Slowstroke, we see something rarely captured, what appears to be two unidentified aerial phenomena engaging in what some observers describe as direct interaction. Look closely as these two bright objects move in patterns that suggest coordination rather than random movement. Some viewers interpreted this as communication or a cooperative maneuver, while others suggested one UAP might be experiencing difficulties with the second offering assistance, almost like an aerial rescue operation. Skeptics have pointed out alternative explanations. The objects could be volantines, a type of kite, potentially engaged in kite fighting, or simply drones operated by the same controller. The video's abrupt ending and lack of source context also raise questions about its authenticity. On August 3, 2018, Fox News aired this puzzling footage recorded by a Canadian man in Quebec that has experts completely baffled. The video shows a moose at the forest edge, but what caught attention was the strange white figure moving near the animal. But here's what makes this truly compelling. Notice the moose's reaction, or rather lack thereof. Moose are generally hyper-alert to predators and would typically react strongly to wolves, bears, or humans. Yet here, the moose seems oddly unperturbed by the white figure, suggesting either it didn't perceive the entity as a threat, or possibly that the figure was added to the footage later. The white coloration is unusual for most North American predators, though it could be an albino animal. Some suggested a person in white clothing, though the movement patterns and remote location make this questionable. For now, this eerie footage will have to remain a complete mystery.
Just like I don't remember being dropped off, but I was asleep when it happened.
This chilling incident, detailed in a YouTube video about a young Australian woman named Amy Ryland, remains one of the most compelling and puzzling alien abduction cases to date.
Do you believe in aliens or UFOs?
I do now. I definitely do now.
Late at night, on October 4th, 2001, Amy Ryland was at home in Mirrabah, southern Queensland, with her husband Keith and her friend Petra. What unfolded next sounds straight from a science fiction film.
I've seen Amy in front of me on a beam of light being carried out of the living room window into a really huge ship outside.
Petra claims she was abruptly awakened by an intense bright light pouring into the room. To her horror, she saw Amy levitating on a beam of brilliant white light, seemingly being carried out of the living room window into an enormous hovering craft. The shock was so intense that Petra fainted. Moments later, Amy's husband Keith awoke and, discovering Amy missing, initially panicked and frantically searched the house. At first skeptical of Petra's story, Keith quickly realized something inexplicable had happened and promptly contacted the police.
I freaked out completely. I went mental, running around, screaming for her. But after I believed Petra, which I did after about 5 minutes, I called the police.
Authorities, including Detective Senior Sergeant Leth Lindsay, soon arrived to investigate the bizarre disappearance. Despite initial skepticism, the investigation took an extraordinary turn when just 3 hours later Amy was found, astonishingly, 800 kilometres away in North Queensland.
So it doesn't matter if we were all on hallucinogenic drugs and drinking, that still wouldn't put Amy 800 kilometres away.
Adding to the intrigue, physical evidence at the Ryland home seemed to confirm something strange had occurred. Investigators documented a torn curtain and a singed bush beneath the very window Amy reportedly floated through. Amy herself has vague memories of the event, describing being asleep initially, but later recalling being subjected to gentle tests involving DNA samples aboard the unidentified craft. Surprisingly, Amy reported that the experience, while undeniably strange, was not unpleasant or frightening.
The only physical evidence I have are the marks from the tests that they did on me.
What sort of tests?
Just getting kind of DNA samples, and they didn't do anything bad to me, so it was wholly a good experience from my point of view.
Police continued to investigate unusual eyewitness accounts that placed Amy in shortly before her alleged abduction, an impossibility given the timeline. Detective Lindsay emphasized that while skeptical, the police remained open-minded and dedicated to uncovering the truth. To this day, the Amy Ryland abduction case remains unsolved, challenging skeptics and believers alike. Did Amy truly experience an otherworldly abduction, or is there another explanation yet to be uncovered?
We have something spooky and creepy to show you.
Okay.
This footage, reported by Fox 19 News on April 8, 2025, shows what witnesses described as a creepy unknown critter that left local wildlife experts completely stumped. What makes this sighting particularly intriguing is how it prompted local residents to contact news outlets seeking identification. Here's what's truly bizarre. Wildlife experts consulted by the station were reportedly unable to provide a definitive identification based on the footage. When professionals who study local fauna can't identify a creature, it raises fascinating questions about what might be lurking in our forests. Possible explanations include an animal with a genetic mutation, a known species outside its normal range or behaving unusually, or potentially a hoax designed to generate media attention. Without clearer footage or physical evidence, a conclusive identification remains elusive. Some commenters even suggested this could be the legendary El Chupacabra. However, as of writing this script, the animal hasn't been formally identified. In March 1971, the USS Trepang SSN 674, a Sturgeon-class nuclear submarine, was conducting routine military and scientific operations beneath the Arctic ice cap between Iceland and Jan Mayen Island. During this mission, an extraordinary event reportedly occurred. Officer John Kleeker, while observing through the submarine's periscope, spotted unidentified aerial objects. Photographs taken during this encounter depict various shapes, including cigar-shaped and triangular objects, some appearing to hover above the water, while others seem to emerge from or dive into the ocean. These images were later published by the French magazine Top Secret and disseminated by researcher Alex Mistretta and the Black Vault. The photographs bear markings such as official photograph, not to be released, and unauthorized disclosure subject, security certificate SSN 674, criminal sanction suggesting a level of confidentiality. However, the authenticity and origin of these images remain subjects of debate. Rear Admiral Dean Reynolds Sackett Jr., who commanded the USS Trepang during the alleged incident, has stated that he did not witness any unidentified objects during the mission. Skeptics propose that the objects in the photographs could be misidentified conventional equipment, such as naval target balloons used during weapons testing, or even photographic artifacts. Despite the controversy, the USS Trepang incident continues to intrigue UFO researchers and enthusiasts. The combination of military involvement, photographic evidence, and the Arctic setting contributes to its enduring mystique. What do you think these images represent? Could they be evidence of unidentified aerial phenomena, or are they misinterpretations of conventional objects? Share your thoughts in the comments below. This eerie piece of footage was captured on April 17, 2025, over the skies of Wantagh, New York, and quickly made waves online when it appeared on UFO Sightings Daily. The eyewitness described the mysterious object as a white, elongated craft with a distinct dumbbell shape, slowly drifting across the sky. At first glance, it appeared to be floating gently rather than flying, moving at a pace far too slow for conventional aircraft or drones. Using an iPhone at maximum zoom, the witness managed to capture both video and photographic evidence of the strange sighting. They also observed the object through binoculars, confirming its unusual shape and adding credibility to the footage. UFO researcher Scott C. Waring, who analysed the footage, expressed genuine intrigue, stating he'd never seen anything quite like it. He described the object as looking almost organic, echoing descriptions made by astronauts who've witnessed similarly unexplained phenomena in space. Waring speculated whether the object could even be alive or perhaps some kind of advanced alien craft, noting that it definitely didn't appear to be artificially generated or digitally altered. The incident quickly became one of the most talked about sightings on the site, prompting widespread discussion. To date, no official explanation has been provided, leaving many to wonder what exactly floated over the skies of Wantagh that day. Before we get to that #1 spot, which features some super unsettling home security footage, remember to hit subscribe if you're new, smash like and share this on your socials. The more you interact with our content, the more you'll help us grow. This next chilling incident comes from YouTuber Ali H, whose home became the epicenter of some increasingly unsettling paranormal activity. Things started off with a bang, literally. One night, a loud, unexplained crash echoed through Ali's house.
I was downstairs last night and heard a massive bang, and I think it might have been this falling.
At first, Ali thought a table, computer, or even their Alexa device might have fallen, but when investigating, nothing appeared disturbed. The situation escalated a few days later. While Ali was home alone, clearly seen holding dishes at the time, another mysterious clatter rang through the house.
No, that was code for Bliss.
Ali's dogs visible on camera were equally startled and obviously not the source of the noise.
I'm home by myself. It's just me and the dogs.
Moments later, their dog Koba persistently tried to lure Ali upstairs, acting as if something unseen required urgent attention.
Ow. Why do you keep going upstairs, bud?
Both dogs then became visibly agitated and anxious, seemingly sensing an invisible presence.
Oh, Max wants it. Okay. Hey, what's wrong? Why are you stressing out? What's going on?
Shortly afterward, the household cat was found upstairs behaving unusually, pacing nervously and meowing, despite nothing apparently being wrong.
Why are you following me, bud? Wait, what are you doing upstairs? Usually you're downstairs meowing.
Determined to understand what was happening, Ali set up a security camera in the home office and left it running.
I got an idea. I'm gonna leave that camera set up throughout the day and throughout the night. If anything goes weird in this room, I'm gonna freaking catch it.
Not long after, a second porcelain doll appeared in the room, seemingly from nowhere, with no household members admitting to placing it there.
Why did you get another doll?
I didn't get it.
Why did you get two dolls?
I,
We already had one. It was a problem. No.
These dolls quickly became the suspected focal points of the paranormal activity. Things took an even darker turn at precisely 4:08 AM when Ali discovered that the original doll named Mary had inexplicably moved across the office while the camera had been rolling.
It's 4:08 p.m. on April 8th.
Deeply unsettled, Ali initiated a spirit box session using a necrophonic device in hopes of communicating with whatever was present.
Are you here with us right now? Help? What?
When Ali asked who moved the doll, the device chillingly replied with a clear, unsettling message. Help you.
How did you get to the floor over here? Who moved you? How did you move?
Moments later, another reply, cold, coincided exactly with Ali experiencing sudden chills and an overwhelming feeling of being watched.
Cold? Are you cold?
Terrified, Ali quickly grabbed their belongings and fled from the room, convinced they were no longer alone.
I'm putting this legit right here. I'm opening the door. I'm grabbing my shit and I'm heading out because there's something f***ing with me right now.
In a final unnerving twist, while Ali later attempted meditation in the same room, the security camera suddenly disconnected itself without explanation, abruptly ending the recording.
You can see right there the cable that was connected there legit just came unhooked while I was sitting here. And I'll even see if I can play the last clip of that before it disconnected.
To this day, Ali remains convinced something paranormal inhabits the home, perhaps attached to the mysterious dolls. But what exactly is behind this series of increasingly terrifying events? Could the dolls themselves harbor some kind of supernatural energy, or is an unknown entity trying to make contact? I'll throw this one out to you. What do you think is really going on here? Let me know your theories down below. Well, that's the end of the episode. Thank you so much for watching. Now, if you want more in-depth spooky stories, then consider checking out our second channel, Slapped Hand Mysteries. We'll put a link in the description box down below there. We think you'll love it. And that's it for me. I'll see you all next time.